Right, so let's talk about the charts today, and today is Friday, so then we'll have a 2-day rest, and also tomorrow I'll just tell you about my strategy. So there's nothing here. All I did was just put my bias, and by the way, today was our first winning day, technically, and then I had a break-even day, um, even though it definitely wasn't a big win. Because again, I did miss some entries, but I'm happy with how the journey is going so far, and I'm happy with how I'm learning every day. Right, so apart from this bias down, which I guess it kind of did went down, nothing here, so I'm just gonna skip it. This one, my idea was like, oh, I think it's either gonna go into the zone and then go down, or surpass the zone, then retest and go up, I guess. But I didn't need all of those things, and that's okay. I wasn't really looking for any trades here, so it's fine. Also, I've noticed, it's not always the case, but I've noticed maybe, possibly, that the JPYs move a lot more at night than other pairs, I mean. And sometimes they do still even move in the morning. When other pairs move in the morning, yeah, by morning I mean like London session. That's shit. Okay, I had nothing to say here, I guess. Oh, I guess I had a bias. Yeah, I had the arrow down. Okay, I guess my bias was right. We are in a downtrend after all, so we are in a pretty evident downtrend. So I guess it would have been a decent trade to take. Okay, so this one, as you can see, I have an arrow, which means I marked it and I intended to take it, or I was at least interested in it. But I told myself, I don't think these are gonna move until later in the day, like 6, 7 p.m. So I'm just not gonna take them. I'm just gonna wait and take other trades because I have a limit of 3 trades per time, not per day, just at a time. And so I didn't want to waste it on a trade that I didn't think was gonna move that much. I was wrong, definitely wrong. They moved a lot. Could have made a good profit because my bias was right, but I didn't. So here we are. But you know, my bias was right. Okay. This, I have a lot to say. So, right. So this was today's morning. Okay, this was a London session today, around here. This is not a trade that I took, and I would have been stopped out, but it's not a trade that I took. And you know why? Because in the past few days, I would have taken it, but also I've been realizing, well, sometimes the trades that I take in London session, I just get stopped out so quickly. And then it's almost like London session is getting ready for the New York session to happen. So, and I even thought to myself, what if I find my bias in London session and now reverse it? Because if I took this trade reversed, then it would have been something like this. And you know, that's profit. And this happened for like 3 trades. Anyway, I didn't take it, so I didn't lose any money, so that's good. And I was right in not taking it. Right, because we had the zone kind of, but just went right through the zone, and then we're here now. It's 9:45 now, right? And then this is where it got confusing. And I mean, this is still a JPY, so I just marked the zone again, but it went through that again. I was looking to take a sell here, but then I just waited for the New York session, right? And then I guess it did go down a bit, and then it was just a bit confusing. I wasn't looking to take any trades really. So this one, okay, so same thing happened, kind of. This is where I kind of started looking at trades, and so again, this is not a trade that I took, and here, right here was around 8 a.m. Then it went all the way until like 11 a.m., 12 a.m., 12 p.m. Sorry, without really moving a lot, right? And I was waiting for New York session or the end of London session. I was like, okay, I'm gonna enter a trade now if I see that it holds this zone. Guess what? It did hold the zone, but because it was still kind of early, opinion at least, I missed the entry here, right? And so I was like, okay, damn, I was looking for too much precision. Um, it, the markets can't be the same every day after all, right? You should have entered. But by the time I realized that, I was like, okay, I missed my entry. And then these were just my options for the day. And then what I saw happen here, we are at proper start of New York session, like really towards the end of London and really towards the start of New York. By this time is 2 p.m., right? And so now I'm here and I'm seeing all this and I'm like, oh, okay, maybe this was still part of kind of preparation for New York session and this is the bias. But by this time, because even on other pairs it was doing some sketchy movements, I just decided to not enter the trade because I was like, well, that just looks very confusing to me. And I don't want to take trades that don't look good to me. I want to take trades that, feel like they look nice, they look neat, they look good, right? And I didn't feel this way for this one. Even though I did have a point because it ended up going this way. But anyway, yeah, I said it here feels directionless to me today because it was going up and down, up and down. You can't see it here right now, but this was kind of a lot of confusion and it happened with other pairs too. And this is where I was wondering, did the move start earlier, right? Did the move start too early for me to catch it? So anyways, this trade was not caught, but it's fine. Okay, this one, same thing. Same exact thing. Here I missed the entry completely. This entry was even like at the start of London session. This was 8:45 in the morning. And I was like, well, okay, let's see what it does, right? But then it was just going down, so I was like, okay, maybe this move is just gonna be a continuation. And then by the time it got here, this looks kind of neat now, neatish, but you can see all these candles, all these wicks, they're weird, especially in the moment where I'm like, oh, we're going down with these powerful candles and then we're going up. So then again, yeah, as I said here, as we get into actual new session, I'm thinking, what if the move down was still in preparation? And I did take longs on Euro USD after all, and you'll see this in the next trade. And I was right. It was in preparation, and this was the actual move, which again I missed. I missed it, and I'm not mad at that because that was just a confusing move for me, and I don't want to do that, so it's fine. However, I did take not this one. I did take this one. I closed it now just because it's Friday night and I don't want to hold it over the weekend and I don't want to deal with the Sunday jump, whatever happens. Again, this is meant to be like a day trading strategy, so. And yeah, I mean, I wasn't really expecting this to move a lot, but I did see a potential for retracement here and then I forgot what it's called. Well, anyway, just going up, right? So I might as well remove the alert. This was the trade idea though, and it was okay. If we had more time, maybe we would have gone to the right way. We'll see what it does on Sunday, but I'm not really interested. Anyway, so I saw the zone. Again, this is not a trade that I took. This is a trade that I just put here to tell myself you're gonna see that it's gonna go past your take profit. And it did. And again, this is another trade that, well, to a lesser extent, but another trade that if I enter with the opposite of my bias, I'm gonna make some good money on it in London session, right? So okay, so this is a trade that I took. Again, I closed it here. I closed half here, and then I forgot to move the stop loss to break even, but I closed half here and then I just closed the rest of it here, not because the move is done, but because again it's Friday night. And I asked myself, because this was happening at a time where I was very confused, right? I was seeing going up and down, up and down, up and down. And it was really close to the New York session, so I was expecting some explosive move. You can see how confusing this was. And basically, I entered here and I got stopped out, right? But the trade was still valid for me So I entered again on the same candle. Probably maybe a better entry, I'm not sure. But no, I think I got the exact same entry. And I was right. I was right to take a re-entry. I just got stopped out for no reason. And so the zone held, and this is when I was like, when I saw the zone, I was like, okay, maybe London session is gonna take me all the way down here, and then New York session is gonna take me up. And when I saw the zone, which looked like a solid zone to me, I was like, maybe this is what's gonna happen here, right? We're going down and just to go up. But I still didn't take the trades here because this is confusing. This is not a neat setup. I don't want to get involved with this. Right. So I did take this trade and I had to close it early, but it is what it is. Moving on. Oh, very important question. Did you only take these trades because you missed the other entries? Are these trades valid or are they just to fill an empty day? Answer tonight. React to the market. Okay. So I asked myself this question because I missed the two entries, the other two entries that I told you about before. I was like, well, are you just taking trades because you feel like you've missed the entry? And the answer is no. I can tell you this still looks like a valid trade to me. Even with all this choppiness, which this is out of my control. When I saw this happening, I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna enter again. And then it happened a few times, Some trades are just not gonna be smooth and neat. And at that point, I was like, okay, well, New York session started now. It's still, it's going up and down, but it's a good bias. It's out of my control. And even with these ones, I wasn't really too vexed about not catching this move because I was like, you know what, this is just out of my control. This is not my lack of skill. This is just, why would I enter a trade that doesn't convince me, right? So, okay, this one, I guess I saw the zone, but not much happening here, so I just left it. Oh, this one, yeah, this is a really good zone. Look at how neat this looks, right? Look, wow, amazing. I didn't catch this trade though. It's unfortunate, but I didn't catch it. So, and this was in the morning. I could have caught this trade, but it's okay. I'm not here to cry. I'm just here to follow my system and comment. I said missed another entry here. Maybe another opportunity in New York session. I didn't really get another opportunity. Unless, I guess I did maybe, because this is kind of a retest and then it went down. But this was before New York session. I did get another retest in New York session, but I already had 3 trades going on by that time, so I wasn't really looking at this. But this was a good opportunity that I spotted in the morning, even though I didn't take the trade. Didn't take anything here. This was just my bias for the day. I said I think it's gonna go up. Just just looking at the structure, I'm like, yeah, we're kind of in an uptrend, so, and we were having this kind of pullback, so I was like, yeah, I just think it's gonna go up, and I guess I was right, but I didn't take a trade. Took no trades here. Also, this zone looks kind of messy. I don't really care for it. Right, here we go again. Yeah, as I said, I told myself I have a feeling the GPYs aren't gonna move much before 7 p.m. I was kind of wrong. You saw the GBP JPY moved a lot, the CAD JPY move. So I guess I was wrong, and it's fine. But I did take this trade, and this is the other trade that I took just as the New York session was starting, and I was kind of looking at the other 2 pairs that I missed, and I was like, oh, what's going on? Are they going up? Are they going down? And then I looked at this trade, and I was like, this looks valid to me. So the answer to my question before, did you take the trades because you were reacting to the market or just reacting to the fact that you had an empty day? I have to say I'm happy with myself, and I'm happy to say that this is a trade that I'm not, I was sober taking this trade. I wasn't just panicking like, oh, I need to take a trade. It's a valid trade for me. Oh, and again, I just had to close it early because I don't want to deal with it over the weekend, but it did give me a little bit of profit, I guess, just minimal. Again, this was in the morning, and this is another trade that I didn't take. But if I took the reversal of my bias, so instead of taking this again, if I took the reversal of my bias would have been down, so I would have taken up. Could have been a good profit again. I'm not saying this is a strategy. I'm saying in London session, it could work. We'll see. Because it's happened to me the past few days really a lot of times that I took trades in the morning and I got stopped out immediately. And then they continued up or down, and then they consolidated for a bit, and then they changed their direction for the New York session. So I started thinking to myself, well, I'm just going to disregard the London session trades. Not entirely. There's still some good trades in the London session. But I'm thinking maybe instead of disregarding them, I'm just going to take the opposite of my bias. Right? Because my bias was obviously down just because of this. And then, yeah, clearly you can see this was not what happened. Anyway, so that was it for today. We're back to the first pair. As you can see, the market's closed now, so I'll see you on the actually I'll see you tomorrow to explain my strategy. And on Monday, that will be the final week of testing the strategy, and then we'll see what the results are telling us, and if I'm gonna allow myself to get a funded or